So E is on the line. E wants to tell me that Trump is very effective and has done everything he promised to do, which is gonna be a fucking funny call if I do say so myself. So, let's get it going. E, welcome to stream. Can I get your age and pronouns, please?
So I'm 25, and whatever you want to call me, I like he, him. That's what I've always been called. But whatever makes you comfortable, Jovan.
Well, what makes you comfortable, E?
He, him, man.
Okay, great. So, E, you are 25. You said he, him. Do you think Trump has done everything he's promised to do? Is that true?
You just put B. Put B.
B? It's B, not E?
Yeah.
B as in boy?
Yeah.
Okay. So, B, you think Trump has done everything that he said he was going to do?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's only been 8 months, but like we see the consistency. We see he's getting there, and
he's done everything though.
Huh?
Everything though? Everything?
No, I'm saying obviously he's been there for 8 months. So like some of the stuff he's promised, he hasn't completed yet, but we getting there. Like we're getting to the $8 or $2 a gallon gas. You know what I'm saying? But like he's slowly knocking off each thing.
Okay, B, let's analyze some of this. Trump said he would end the war in Ukraine within 24 hours. Did he do that?
And sometimes life, that Ukraine, Russia, that's pretty like he's working on that. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying.
Okay, but so I just want to, did he lie or was he wrong that he would get it done in 24 hours?
Well, at some point, some things are outside of our control. But this is what I'm trying to say. And
wait, B.
I like
B. Hold on, friend. He said he would do this. So did he overestimate his ability? Why did he make the claim 24 hours if he couldn't do it in 24 hours?
Yeah, so I guess you can say like maybe we have a misunderstanding of what I'm trying to say, and so I'd love to clarify, right? I'd love to clarify because like I just want to be like normal, you know what I'm saying? I just want to be normal, and I don't want to be argumentative, and I appreciate you bringing me on here, but I just want to come to like the truth, right? And so what I'm trying to say is ultimately Trump, you can see there's consistency with what he's saying, and obviously like bro, like this is real life, like what I'm saying, this isn't a video game where you complete objectives. Like sometimes things get out of hand. Like I don't know what Putin's thinking, I don't know what Zelensky's thinking, you know what I'm saying, but let me tell you this. He got the illegal border crossings to 0. You know what I'm saying? He's ended 8 wars already.
Well, that's not true, B. Border crossings are not at 0.
Okay, it might be like 2. There might have been 2 people that slipped in.
It's still in the thousands. Where did you hear it was 0? Where are you getting that number from?
I heard it somewhere. I heard someone say, I think Trump said it.
Trump said that we got illegal border crossings to 0.
Yeah, he said, I think he said like virtually 0. Yeah, like they cut it down. I think like 97 or something, like crazy percent, 97%.
This is untrue, B. When we look at like actual numbers from Department of Homeland Security and from Customs and Border, like this would be untrue. This would be an untrue statement.
You saying it's not true that they got it down like 97% is what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't know the exact percentage they got it down. It is nowhere near 90.
But this one, like we can't debate this one, and I know you got access to the internet, so please, come on, just Google that one.
The percentage border. You want me to Google the percentage border crossings is down?
Yeah, legal border crossings. Come on.
Sure. From what time frame to now?
I forget the exact time frame, but if you look it up,
here we'll just go 2024. We'll just go how much he's done within his last. Let's see. In May, there were about 8,700 encounters. In April, there was about 8,000 encounters, 8,400. In March, there were about 7,000 encounters.
Yeah. And I know you're just getting it month by month, but what I'm saying is like they're saying it drop. I think they compared it to like the Biden administration compared to now, and like, bro, there's a huge decline. They say, I believe it's like 97%. It was
There's
what I
definitely a
remember hearing.
declining. There's definitely a decline in encounters. That doesn't tell us there's a decline in border crossings.
Oh, so you're saying they're just slipping by?
Well,
Like
no.
nobody could
So
even.
so encounters. Do you know what encounters at the border registers?
Nah, yeah. Please explain for everyone.
Sure. So encounters register how many times Border Patrol like encounters somebody, and it what happens with the encounters number is it's not just a one time. If I come over and I encounter border crossings and they send me back and I come again, that's counted as a separate encounter. Right? So one thing we have seen a drop in Trump that I absolutely will acknowledge is people aren't trying to come back. Right? And that's because that ICE is holding them more. So Biden's administration would take someone and let them like just go back across the southern border. Trump's administration is holding them in detention centers. So we've seen a decrease in the number of people like repeating, but there is no way to know what the number of people crossing the border illegally is because there's no way to measure that number at all. We can only measure by encounters.
Okay. But yeah, but at least I'm glad that we can agree that, numbers going down, and it's going down pretty big margin, pretty big.
Yeah, I
amount.
think.
And I like
But the difference is I don't think the numbers going down because we're detaining people is a good thing.
Yeah, well, everybody has opinions, right? And then, let me get to another one, because people, I just don't like how people talk about Trump in a certain way, like, because I think another thing that he's doing he's been doing great, and this proves that he's not terrible, is he ended the agenda, the LGBT agenda, and so we're seeing this.
He
with
ended the LGBT agenda. How did he do that?
Huh?
How did he end the
so,
LGBT agenda?
Yeah, so we're seeing this, like, I think even like the amount of people becoming LGB is going down, which is insane. That amount of influence is insane, but also we're seeing, I believe he made it illegal for
B, that's untrue.
Huh?
That's untrue. The trend is always on the rise. The amount of people coming out as LGBT, but the other issue that we run into is the amount of people coming out. Like, you're saying that it's decreasing. You're saying that's a good thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I think most people would say. That
a farming, Risha.
You said what? You said what?
Nothing. Why is that a good thing? Why is it a good thing that less people are coming out?
Well, it's not about coming out. I think less people are becoming, like they're not even choosing to participate in that. And I think it's because it could have been partly because Trump.
The only number we can see is the number of people who come out of the closet, right? The number of people who publicly admit that they are part of the LGBTQ. Trump can't affect people being LGBTQ because that's in your brain. Mm-hmm. Trump has no effect on that. But it would make sense that less people might be coming out of the closet because they fear for their safety in an administration that very clearly wants to legislate against the LGBTQ population. So you think this is a good thing that that's happening?
Well, and I think a lot of people would say it's good because I think what's best is for, like, everybody should be, doing what they're supposed to do, and I think most people would agree with me. But another reason
wait. What does that mean? What do you mean doing what they're supposed to do? What does that mean?
Well, I'm saying, I think most people would understand that, LGBT, that stuff, it isn't how people are technically, like, supposed to be, like, living their life. You know what I'm saying?
Why not?
Like, just from science and just seeing how it is.
Well, science tells us that, like, gay people exist and that they're real and that, like, it happens in nature and it's a natural thing. So science doesn't tell us, like, don't be gay. Why should people not be gay? Like, what do you mean supposed to? Who told us that, like, gay people shouldn't be gay?
Well, when I say science, when I appeal to science, it's a multifaceted issue, but on the science end, science shows that, they've proven people aren't born, that way, and it isn't necessarily a natural way.
People aren't born gay?
Huh?
People aren't born gay? You think people choose to be gay?
Yeah. I'm sure you've heard they said they were looking for the LGB, the homosexual gene. and they couldn't find it because it's not a
because
thing.
it's
If
not
you're
a
born,
gene thing. It's about like dispositions in like your brain. Okay, so if people can choose to be gay, can you choose to find me attractive? If you wanted to,
I
you could
wouldn't
choose to.
I wouldn't want to. I mean, I wouldn't want to do that's not
I'm
that,
not
and
asking
that's
if you
not what
want to. Wait, B, I'm not asking if you want to, but could you? Could you choose to be attracted to me?
well, so when can I define what choosing to be gay is? Because you're making it sound
Sure, you can
like
absolutely define it.
what
Yeah.
you're saying is like strange, bro. But
No, sure, you can absolutely
what
define
I
it.
mean by choose to be gay, because what it means to be gay is to have sex with the same gender,
No,
and to
that's not
do
what
that,
being
and
gay is.
that's a choice.
B, that's not what being gay is. Being
Well,
gay is being
well,
attracted to the same gender, not just sleeping with them. If I'm gay, but
well,
I never have sex with another man, I'm still gay just because I didn't, do butt stuff.
I don't know. I would say that it's but hold on, because I hear what you're saying. We can go back to that, but you're saying people are born gay, so you believe it's gay babies. You believe when it comes out the womb that's an LGBT baby. Like
I
that's what you're
believe that
saying.
your brain has a predisposition to what gender you will be sexually attracted to, but that predisposition doesn't show itself until later in life when you begin, when your brain is developed to the point that it can begin viewing other people that way.
Yeah, me personally, I don't believe in gay babies. People are saying you're
Well,
born
I
gay. I think
didn't
this is
say
what
that
it is,
there were gay
and I
babies,
can
so I don't know
explain.
what. But B, so can
I
you
can
answer my question then, B? Could
Let's
you
do it. Do it.
find what would it take for you to find me attractive? Could you make that choice?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to articulate because you have a misunderstanding. So I really want to clarify what it means, right? So people aren't born gay, right? What happens is, and this is shown, right? You, it's
What
like height, for
happens is you
example.
have a
If you're born,
predisposition to the sexuality
no,
you
no, no,
will
no.
have, and then when your brain develops to the point of being able to view other people in that way, you will start to engage in that predisposition. It's not that.
Let
Do
me
you think? Wait, let me. I started having crushes on girls when I was in fifth grade, or I'm sorry, kindergarten. I was 5 years old. I remember the girl. I first had a crush on. And did I like
yeah,
decide at 5 years old? Oh, I'm gonna be straight now.
yeah, and this is what I'm trying to tell you, and because this is what it is. It's like height, for example. So when a kid is born and they're fed properly and everything, they're gonna grow to the natural height they're supposed to be. But because of malnourishment or whatever, a kid might not end up growing naturally to the right height. And it's the same with LGBTism. You know what I'm saying? If you're born and you
LGBism.
live a natural life, they're gonna grow up and naturally have straight. They're gonna be straight. But a lot of times it's due to trauma.
So B, this is
People they have bad
untrue, and
fathers,
there,
bad male role models.
B, I just need you to
Sometimes
B
people that
B B B B because I don't let people say things that are like factually inaccurate. This is untrue, and there's zero scientific evidence to
no, this
substantiate
is
this
true.
claim. No, it's not. There is literally zero scientific evidence to substantiate this claim that you're making.
No, you didn't even let me finish. I'm saying that, and this is
I didn't need
you
to.
can see the patterns, right? A lot of people who are a part of that community, a lot of times they have been abused by someone. They might have a negative
Evidence,
male role model or a negative father. Some of them, it
evidence,
might be a porn addiction, like a heavy porn
objection,
addiction, which turns.
evidence.
You say what?
You need to provide evidence for this, B. You can't just say this thing like it's a true statement. Do you have evidence that
But
shows that this is the case?
so I'm unfortunately on my phone right now, so I can't get you the thing. But
Okay, I mean, I
Jovan,
have a
you were smart.
phone, and I know that if I want to Google something, all I do is open it up, and I go to Google, and then I type in the thing I want to search. I don't know.
But you've been you know the patterns. Like I know for a fact you've heard like the patterns with bad male fathers or bad fathers,
Yep, I
or
know
sometimes
that there is zero causality between whether or not your parents are good parents and whether or not you will become gay.
it's there's a correlation. There's a correlation between the two.
Correlation means nothing. There's also a correlation between the amount of people swimming in water and shark attacks. Right? That doesn't tell me anything.
Yeah,
There's a correlation, or actually, there. You know that there are. Let me rephrase that. Let me actually say the actual thing. You know that there are more shark attacks in summer. There's a correlation between summer months and shark attacks. Does this mean
mm-hmm.
that the summer causes sharks to attack more? No, because
No, of
correlation
course
doesn't equal
not. Of course,
causation. Correlations are almost exclusively useless statistics to look at. Correlations don't tell us anything. Quite literally, by the nature of them being correlations, they tell us nothing. We need to look at
yeah,
causality.
correlation, causation.
There's no causality between
Yeah.
trauma that you experience and whether or
Yeah.
not you will be gay. There is some causation between sexual trauma and like sexual like acts. Like you may become a more sexual creature to deal with your trauma, but it's not going to affect your sexuality. It's not going to affect who you're attracted to.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that, but and I mean,
I say it
what we're
because
finding,
it's
what we're
true.
seeing, I mean, it's okay, but and I don't know, and just to clarify, you said you like women just to make sure and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not trying to offend anyone who doesn't, who's a part of the LGBT, community, but I'm just saying what we're seeing, and it's not any offense. It's just what we're
I got to tell
noticing.
you, B, a really easy way to offend somebody who's LGBT is to claim that they're choosing to be LGBT. A really easy way not to offend somebody who's LGBT is to not use bogus pseudoscience to tell them that they are.
I wouldn't say it's pseudoscience, and I think
It's exactly
empowering thing,
pseudoscience, my
right?
G.
But I believe it's an empowering thing to realize that it's a choice, because a lot of these people, they are suffering, right? And to realize that you can actually be set free from that lifestyle. Like there's there's this one dude, his name is the Powers, right?
Hold
He was
on,
trans,
B. I don't
and
care
he
about
got
any
free. He got set.
B. If it's a choice, then I need you to tell me what would it take for you to make the choice to be attracted to me? What do I got to do?
See,
How much money?
and that's why, and I'm not
$30?
trying to be rude, but that's why I asked you, are you a part of? Because why you want me to be attracted to you? Like the way you keep asking this, like this is making me
Sure,
uncomfortable.
take
Like,
me
I don't
out of
wanna,
it. Take me out of it. Are you attracted to The Rock? Do you think The
Rock,
Rock
what
is
Rock?
sexy? Dwayne The
What
Rock
Rock?
Johnson. Do you find Dwayne The Rock Johnson's rock hard abs
No,
to be hot?
no, bro.
Why not?
The only Rock, and the
Why
only Rock
not?
I know, like
B.
Jesus Christ
Hold
is the
on,
Rock.
B. Why not?
Go ahead.
Why not?
Cause I'm, bro. Like I
Cause what?
explained this earlier.
Cause what? Cause why? Why don't you find Dwayne The Rock Johnson's rock hard abs attractive?
I develop naturally. I develop naturally.
So
And
wait,
so
B,
I'm
are
not
you
trying to.
telling me there is no way in this universe or any other universe for you to find another man attractive?
Yeah.
Then it's not a choice, you dingbat.
Yeah, but I'm talking about being straight. You talking about being gay.
Sexuality works both
what I'm
ways. Being straight is not like some default. Human
Yes,
sexuality,
it is,
no, it's
dude.
not.
That's what I'm trying to tell
No, it
you, bro.
isn't. I hate to break it to you. I hate to be the one that burst this bubble for you. There's no like default in human sexuality. Our brains don't work that way.
Come on, wait.
That's
So
not the
you
way
can't
our
appeal
brains
to
work.
default? You wait, Jovan, you can't appeal to default. So if a kid comes out and
Can't
he got
appeal to
11 fingers, you're
defaults.
gonna be like, there's no such thing as default. That's normal that he has 11 fingers. No, we got
Yes,
default.
for him,
We got
it is
10
normal
fingers.
for him
We
to
got
have 11
10
fingers. Yes, it is normal for this
Oh my
child for him to
goodness.
have 11 fingers. Yes.
So you gonna tell me that, like, in schools, right? They shouldn't teach us that humans have 10 fingers because that one dude, he got 11. So that's normal. And then, like,
I
bro,
think
come
they
on, we
can
know what we
teach us.
supposed to
I
be.
think they can very easily teach us that humans typically have 10 fingers. But if I take this child who has 11 fingers and I put him into a town where everyone in that town also has 11 fingers, and I bring somebody with 10 fingers into that town, guess who's the one who's not normal in that scenario? It's the guy with 10 fingers. Normative things are
No.
subjective by nature. They're not objective things.
Well, do you believe in like some sort of objective?
Do I believe in objective?
Yeah, like objective truth.
It depends on what you're talking about. Some things are objective. There are objective physical traits of the universe. These would typically be things that are like physical things, right? So these would be things like
Okay.
the nature of matter, things like physics can be objective a lot of the times. But like whether something is normal is a subjective term.
Yeah. You can say that, right? But and you're right about that, right? But I'm glad that you do believe in like objective, like truth and stuff like that. It sounds like you were like leading to that.
Well,
And
I
believe
think
in the
we would have a different idea of what truths are objective. I have a feeling, but there is objective truth in
well,
the universe.
that wouldn't. Well, when it comes
B,
to
do you have a
objective truth,
degree
like
in
if somebody
development
has a different
psychology,
feeling,
or are
it's
you
like that
gay?
person is just
No.
wrong, right? So
Well,
if you
then
have a
mind your
different
own
feeling
business.
about, certain lifestyles, then you might just be wrong, right? Because we know what is objectively true, right? Because it's been revealed to us, it's been given to us by God, right? And the thing is,
Yes,
a
you
lot
keep
of
going
people, they
back. You
reject
keep going
God.
back to this God person, and are you Christian? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay, so your objective truth is that there is a man who lives outside of time and space, who controls everything, who created everything, who sees everything, who knows everything, and he said, "Y'all can't be gay."
He didn't say that we can't. He said that we shouldn't, right? Because it's wrong,
Okay.
right? But
Okay, so he
he's
said it's
also
wrong
given
to
us
be
free
gay.
will.
Can I ask you a question? Why didn't he say it was wrong to own slaves? One of these seems way worse
Oh,
than the other.
it is wrong.
No, he never said that.
Yeah, no, yeah. So have you read the book of Philemon in the New Testament?
Yes.
It's one chapter.
Yes, Philemon is one chapter of Paul specifically writing a letter to somebody to say, hey, this one person that I like, you should let him go. It is not Paul admonishing the entirety of the slave trade. Yeah, I promise you. I've read this, I promise you. And we even know that this is not the case because later on in the New Testament, Paul tells slaves to obey their earthly masters, whether they are cruel or just. He does not tell masters to let go of their slaves.
I'd love to really... Hello?
B, I promise you, you are giving an incorrect reading of Philemon. I promise you.
No. But
Slavery is
really
never
wanna,
condemned in
'cause
Philemon.
I really want to clarify this because, and I love what you're saying, and this is cool, right? This is cool. But if you can give me the opportunity to speak so I can clarify, because this is a huge misconception, right? So clearly the Bible condemns slavery, right? Owning people. And let me give you an analogy, right? Because in the Bible, for example, God is against divorce. But when he gave the law to Moses, he also told people what to do in cases of divorce. So ultimately, God doesn't want us to get divorced at all. But because he knew the hearts of humans, he told them, okay, y'all are more than likely going to do it anyway. So this is the best way to deal with that situation. So he gave us laws with divorce. But he said, man should not separate. Let no man separate what God put together, right? So it's the same with slavery. God doesn't want people to own humans, but he knew that these humans are hard-hearted. And so he's like, because y'all are going to do it, make sure that at the very least try and do it the best way possible. But ideally,
no, he doesn't.
According to the law of God, you shouldn't be doing it in the first place. And God does this all the time. Jesus does this all the time.
I hate to stop you. I don't think you've read your own book because God very explicitly says you may own slaves. He says you may own those slaves for life. You may pass those slaves down to your children to become so that they can be lifelong slaves and they can be your children's property. He says you can beat them as long as they don't die. He says you can sell your daughters into sex slavery and that they are to remain in sex slavery. And if they do not please their master, he may then sell them to another person. He says all of this. You know what he never says? Don't own another person. Never comes out of his mouth. Never comes out of his mouth. Never comes out of Jesus' mouth.
But look, and we both brothers, right? I can see you're a brother, bro. I'm a brother. If you didn't know, right? And here's the thing, right? At one point, black people were slaves, but you know what led to the end of slavery, not just in America but all across the world? It was Christians, right? Because Christians were the ones.
You know what implemented? Do you know what faith implemented the transatlantic slave trade? Holy shit! It was Christians, by G.
No, but here's the thing, right? Because I'm not saying that every Christian everywhere is perfect. Some people get it wrong, right?
Good job, Christians stopped doing the thing that Christians were doing.
Come on, Jovan.
Props to
But
them.
let me say this, right? Because you're like, this is a really big misconception about Christianity. They say, oh, Christians support slavery, but it was the Christian belief that everyone is made in the image of God, and you can't subjugate another human because that's an image bearer of God, and that's what led the black people to be.
I'm fine that you have that belief. That goes against.
No. That's what it is. Go look at
that goes against your book. I'm just letting you know that.
No,
it goes directly against your book.
Against the abolition.
Nope, it goes directly against your book.
Because Jovan, I rock with you, but and I don't want to be like argumentative.
Well, why don't you roll with me, B? Thanks for calling. Thanks for talking. I got to move on.
Wait, hold on. You ducking?
Woo! Anyway, what the fuck, bro? Hey, thank you all for watching this video. If you don't know me, I'm Jovan Bradley. I'm a leftist content creator who does debates, political commentary, gaming, and more. If this is your first video, thanks for sticking to the end, and I hope you subscribe. I post videos daily, and there are hundreds of past debates on my page for you to enjoy. Thank you to all of my YouTube members. Your continued support helps me create as much as I can. Consider joining. A membership starts at $2.99 and gets you access to our community Discord, early access to videos, and more. Shout out to my Tier 4 members, Zurith Moonpaw, Kazim, Never Again, Ovaltine, Sylvia Snow, Bamji, Emery Emojin, Ayla Ursus, Vel, Kelsey K, Jake Gorshander, Matthew Holloway, Vampy, Yemye, Mealy, and Dragon Nerd. Your continued support goes a long way to me continuing the fight for equity, justice, and education. Thank you again for watching.